what the ex-wife says.
Well, you can hear Frank in the background making friends. Maybe. So we're back with part 2 of our live stream from Castanheira de Pera in central Portugal. Yeah, pop those on and you'll be able to hear what's going on. The atmosphere, as you can hear in the background, is fantastic. We're in the same position and we're looking out across those. Wow, those. Do you not think, Frank, it's really misleading? The flames over on the barbecue are looking fantastic. Let me just get the camera so I could give you a little bit of a whiz round the party here.
Yes.
Look at those flames on the barbecue. Aren't they amazing?
They're useless.
However, there's no food left.
There's no food left.
Everybody, this has been the most incredible success.
Absolutely.
And the problem being, hold on, let me just get the camera back in the right place.
Don't be the problem, Carl Manson.
Be the solution.
Yeah, be the solution.
We've got you in the dark here. Oh my goodness!
It's all right.
Oh, sorry, I should have figured this out earlier.
It's
This
Jesus.
is terrible.
She's falling apart.
Okay, let me just
just prop her up.
Let me just get this camera right. This is embarrassing, isn't it? There's Frank.
Hello, how you doing, darling?
There I am. I think
my favorite barbecue lady.
I think Frank just tried to say darling there. It almost came out.
You did such a wonderful job barbecuing.
Okay, listen then.
Yes.
This is how you talk to people.
Since what time? Since 2.
Observe Frank making friends in Castanheira de Pera.
That's a very good thing, right?
And
they're actually saying that they've run out of food, and this is the best thing that can happen, right?
Next year, do we have to wait? Do we have to wait till next year to eat? Right. Okay. Good.
This
has been the most amazing success.
Are you the kind of person who says hope? Are you the kind of person who says hope? Next year we're gonna do.
We're hungry now. What can we do?
What can we do?
Thank you. That is very solution focused, and we're very grateful. We will go into the bar and get some crisps. Thank you very much.
She's very.
And you did an amazing job earlier on.
You did.
Superb.
You were a rock star.
The Bifanas.
You were beautiful.
They are a matter of myth and legend now.
Absolutely
superb.
Beautiful.
What's your name?
Bifana. What's your name?
My name is Jenny.
Jenny and Frank.
Ginny.
This one.
Ginny as in gin and tonic.
Gin and tonic?
Yes.
You're a killer, you. What's wrong with you? Oh, there you go.
Thank you, Ginny.
Give us a dance.
Terrific job.
Next weekend, I move to Pera.
Really?
I will live in this village.
Really?
You've made an amazing debut here.
There you go.
You've distinguished yourself, if I may say so. Yes.
This is going to be.
Thank you, Jim.
It's the best debut ever, right?
It is, and it's the best.
Thank you, darling.
Certainly the best beer festival we've ever been to in Castanheira de Pera, isn't it?
We should do more of this, Carl Manson.
Would you say we should do more of this? Would you say, Frank, this is the best beer fest you've been to in Portugal? Probably is, isn't it?
All right. I should not start with only, but yes.
You've been to other beer festivals, surely.
I have. Stop it.
Right.
Don't be like that. Yes, this has actually been the best one because it's very community oriented.
It's all of life is
when
here.
you have it's life.
Yeah.
It's like everybody is from around here or someone who is related to someone and whatever, and you talk to people and you socialize, and it's like hanging around with extended family members.
It's amazing, isn't it?
It's beautiful.
Who doesn't like an extended member?
Exactly.
Extended family.
Exactly. Remember.
Now,
get in line.
Tell me about some of the friends you've made. I've made friends with 2 people from Texas who I believe are staying in the same accommodation as us.
Yes, and they've already threatened me.
They have, haven't they? You've distinguished yourself by saying to our.
I always do.
You do, but you've really excelled yourself tonight. You've met the owner of the place that we're staying at. And what did you say to him when you met him?
I call him. I looked at him and I go, "Sir, you look like a right pervert." And he looked at me and he goes to me, "Frank, I want to be friends with you."
He didn't. He said, "I'm not a pervert."
He said he's not a pervert, but he came around and he goes to me, "Why would you call me that?"
I don't blame him, actually.
And I said, "Sir, you've got that look about you." But you know what? It's a compliment coming.
You meant
from
it
me.
in a good way.
I meant it in an
Right,
amazing way.
okay,
And you know what? He
fantastic.
took it that way.
I'm not sure about that.
Absolutely.
And what worries me is we're staying in his hostelry and establishment. later.
Absolutely. You know what? I kind of feel safe being
Do you?
under his management.
I don't feel safe
Because-
after you said that to the
because
guy whose place we're staying at.
Yeah,
Frankly.
because the thing is, he had this like very, very, don't you think he had this look about him that something
He
can
seemed
happen to
fine
you?
to me.
He seemed fine to you. All right.
Yes,
That's all
yeah.
right.
But
You
I
know
think
what? This is exactly why sometimes I wonder about you, Carl Manson.
really.
Exactly.
Well, now's the time for us to talk about it. We're
Yeah.
away.
We're
aren't we?
away.
We're away.
We're
Gloves
away.
off.
Gloves off.
Beers in.
Beers in.
All right. Good night,
It's one of
guys.
those things.
Good
Good
night.
night. You're with Carlito and Frank, and this is what we're doing
This
right
is
now.
what we're doing. Tell your friends, if you will, that we are live streaming from Castanheira de Pera in central Portugal. We spoke to Filomena earlier
Philomena
on.
early on.
We've had some great chats. We've made some great friends. I've made friends with two
Amazing
Texans.
friends.
You've made an enemy of the place that we're staying at.
Never
The
make
amazing-
enemies. I make friends. You know what? As a matter of fact, you might get like a nice like thing of chocolate, right?
Do you think you're going to go back to find a mint on your pillow?
I mean, it's going to be more than a mint in my
Yeah, right. I think it's going to be more like the horse's head
It's gonna
after we
it's
get
gonna be
back
one
there.
of those mafiosos. No.
Yeah.
it's not
Well,
gonna be one of those
I'm
things.
slightly
You know
concerned.
what, Carl? You
Yes.
have to be a little bit positive about the world that we live in. People
Yeah.
actually love us.
Do they?
You do understand one thing.
All
One
right.
of the things that I've realized is people actually like you. I used to be.
Hold on, no. Wait a minute. You've realised that people actually like me.
Yeah, no.
What
Because I
did
was
you-
watching
what-
you from far,
Yeah.
and I was just like, you know what? I know he's my friend. We hang out, and it's like good.
And
It's
you were
like-
never really
it's
sure
like
if people
I was-
genuinely
I
like
was,
me or not.
I was never sure if people actually genuinely. And then I was just like, you know what?
I think the guy, the husband of the lady you were just speaking to,
Yeah,
came up really close behind you.
yeah, he did.
He did, and then he saw me, and then he went away. I don't know what that means. I'm just
I-
telling you the facts.
It means. It means you shun people away. It's your aura, because my aura is beautiful. I know that.
Yeah, okay. How if we can? I mean, we're here to talk about the beer festival.
Beer
at Castanheira.
festival. It's beautiful.
However,
Yes.
you've just talked about how clean your aura is.
My
Can
aura is
can I
completely
ask
clean.
you how you've brought that about, or what your process is, what your regime is, your
My
aura cleansing?
aura is like first thing I wake up in the morning. It's like,
Oh, your best mate's here now.
PWD, what's going on? What's in the house?
PWD BFF,
PWD.
to give him his full title.
We've just had people asking where they can see the live broadcast.
Really,
online,
on
so-
YouTube, Good Morning Portugal YouTube, and they
Yeah.
can come and talk to us.
Absolutely. They can come and talk to us.
And Facebook as well,
Absolutely.
yeah.
And they can
On
come
Food,
and,
Wine, and Good Times. In fact, I'll add it to the Good Morning Portugal. I'll do it right now in front of your very eyes there. Pete, look, Good Morning Portugal Facebook group. So yeah, if you look at Good Morning Portugal on
That's what I
YouTube
told people.
or the internet, you should be able to live stream.
Yeah, or just look on the internet. You're there.
Just look on the internet. We're everywhere.
I was telling people PWD is my best friend. He's never come back to me.
I love
Pete,
you too.
Pete,
You-
we've
you-
got to say,
You're ruining
you-
it for me, Pete.
Get to know
PWD.
each other better.
Yes, yes.
I think you're going a bit fast.
Is that
Don't you
my
think?
problem? Is that what
it
you're
could
saying?
be. It could
is that
be.
my
It
problem?
could be your problem.
Is that my problem?
It could be one of your problems.
Says my roommate for the night.
Can we tell this fella what a brilliant job he's done here?
He's done
Today.
a brilliant
No,
job.
Has it
know
has it
what?
surpassed your expectations?
Yes, yeah.
It's
Yeah. Okay.
it's actually been. I'll tell you one thing. I have seen things organized, like more than a T-shirt, and you've actually done a wonderful job. This is
Well,
the food.
Not me, it's everyone who's here. So thanks for them.
It's everything.
It's a team job. It's a
everything-
team effort. Frank.
Everything from marinating your meat.
That's what I
Don't
had.
be like that.
That's
you.
where it
Stop
begins.
smiling at me like
I
that.
had a chef ask me, a young chef who's here. He says,
Young chef.
"Tell me about your."
So it was an old
farming."
chef. It would be different
He
marination.
said a
He asked me
compliment.
about my Portuguese guy asked me about my Bifana marinade.
Yeah.
And I said, "Here's this. It was just my basic."
All right.
marinade."
You're being very
All
being
right.
very
You're being
modest.
very modest.
He is
and you're
being modest.
Very, very, and you at the same time you're being kind of cheeky, if I may. Because the thing is, I can see the mischief in your eyes.
The twist for us, Pete, was how the marinade generally gets pulled. The meat gets pulled from the bifana marinade
Yeah.
and slapped in between,
Yeah.
some
Yes.
bread.
It's
But you
usually
grilled
like
it, didn't you?
Yes, it's usually sort of boiled.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
The marinade.
Yeah,
but
or sautéed if it's lucky.
between the pulling and the slapping, do you not agree that when you grill the meat properly, actually, like, it depends on the quality of the meat? Because I actually believe that your meat has more marbling than any other meat. Do you not agree with that?
I didn't. Yes, I agree.
You agree, and you should agree.
The meat tonight
Please do.
was from a very good butcher, not
It
from
was
a
a beautiful
supermarket.
butcher.
So,
Is
Yes.
the butcher here tonight?
Yes.
no.
No.
Okay. Well, maybe he can come along next year.
So he didn't.
Okay.
He didn't have to grab it, and he didn't have to slap it. And the man is honest enough to
This is-
say they just marinated it.
Yeah, no grabbing, no slapping.
So if you can be all right with that, Carl Munson,
I can be so all right with it.
All right,
I've tasted the fruit of that process.
absolutely,
and it was
we should
fantastic.
be.
The only complaint I've got is that I would like another one, and they've completely sold
They
out.
completely sold out.
And that's a
I
good,
had
that's a
one-
good complaint, isn't
I had
it?
one, and I did not know. Like, I never lined up for another one because there was nothing to line up for. And you know what, PWD, since we've become best friends, I've lost faith in you because I could not get another one.
We sold.
It was going so well, wasn't
It was
it?
going so well.
We sold.
Our romance was so close.
We sold over
Bromance.
We sold over 250 pieces.
Yeah, come on, give him a
Yes.
break.
He
Give
sent-
him a break.
He slapped 230 pieces on that barbecue.
230 was it? Did you say
250.
250?
250
And
pieces of
our
barbecue.
250 portions.
250
today.
portions.
That
And
is
you know what?
outrageous.
I'm going to tell you one thing. Next year when we do this event again,
That Pete's being called away.
it's going to be 600. What is
Pete's
going
being
on?
called to a
All
game
right.
of Uno, isn't
Yeah.
he? Is that right?
Yeah,
They were asking
yeah.
about
They want you. They
Oh,
want you,
okay.
This
All
is a
right.
popular guy. Thank you so
He's
very
gotta
much
go
for
do
having
other
us at
things.
this event. This is so beautiful for Carl and I to be over
For
here.
not interviewing me.
No. But through us, this is people need to know. They need to come to this event every year.
Definitely.
We're going to make
We'll-
this.
c-
We're
can
going
we-
to
where
make
can
this
we-
an event.
Where can we book for next year? Where can
Where
we book?
can we book?
Can we book straight away? And can other people book for this?
Yes.
Maybe speak to Stefan.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. Brilliant.
And see if you get a discount for next
Yeah.
year.
Perfect.
Very good,
Okay.
very
We'll
good.
make sure that's.
Very good. We'll
You're going
talk-
to do this again next year, aren't you?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
No.
We'll see.
We'll see. Okay.
Absolutely.
They've got to review it with the
Absolutely.
committee. They've got to review it. It's a cracking
Absolutely.
idea. Bloody hell.
You know what?
This is-
Stefan is a stand-up guy.
He's lovely.
I
You,
really,
you
I
didn't
really
say
like
that
him.
earlier on,
I
did
do.
you?
He looked like
your best friend.
well,
Because I'm upset now. I
yeah.
can't say that.
No, he's not. He's not at all. He looks a bit of a pervert, but I like him.
He does, yeah.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he? You agree with me, right? Tell Carl Munson right now he looks a bit of a pervert.
No,
He does,
don't make
doesn't he?
him do that. Come on.
He's a nice
Let's
guy.
move.
He's a
Yeah,
nice
exactly.
guy.
Well done, Pete.
I like Stefan.
Don't be drawn into.
He's a movie
He
star.
braided his hair last week at a festival in town.
He incubated his hair. Like, what did he do?
Braided.
Braided. Okay, all right, braided. That's a good thing.
Incubated his head. That's not even a
Oh
thing.
no, it's not even a thing. It
He
happens. It
incubated
can
his
happen.
hair.
Modern technology, people
What?
can
He
incubate.
incubated his hair,
Yeah,
and it
people can
gave
do
birth
that.
to some
Modern
more hair.
technology.
Is it, a
Carl
new,
Munson.
is it a new transplant
Yes,
technique?
yes.
You lose your hair.
Get with the program, Carl Munson.
Can I put some? Can I cryogenically freeze some of my hair
Exactly.
and have it
We
incubated
can all
later?
do. We can do all that. We can all that.
Pete, sorry about this.
Pete, sorry
Thank you
about
very
this.
much.
Right, now, let me grab my beer.
Thank you,
He's
Pete.
gonna grab his beer. It's a
He-
good move.
Pete.
It's, under the circumstances, that was the right
Just
thing to
grab
do,
the
wasn't
beer,
it?
don't grab anything else.
And yeah, we've
Thank you.
Make eye contact.
We
we've
shall,
got
we
people
shall, we
watching the
shall.
live stream now, so we
this
got
is
to we got to raise our
We
game.
got to raise our game.
42-0 to Scotland at halftime. We are interested. So 42. Who are Scotland playing? We can't see that, Copper Dam. We came through your neck of the woods. We came through
what, for Scotland versus
rugby. I don't know. I'm trying to find that out
Yeah.
right now.
It's not ballet then.
Not in the ballet.
Not the
No.
ballet. So it's Scotland versus
The Ballet World Cup.
Well, it can happen.
Incubating
Because, Well, you know,
I think our work is done here. We can. I don't know. Rest assured, we are now in the Broadcasting Hall of Fame, having
you
revealed
and I should be.
the beauty or the genius of incubated hair.
Some of the things that you
Right.
Some of the things that you think about, it makes me wonder, Carl Martin.
Carl, Frank, Peter, good evening from Squire of the Shires.
Exactly.
Evening, Squire.
Very nice. Squire, how you
Yeah.
doing?
And it's Scotland versus Romania in the rugby. Thank you very much. Have you been following the
Scotland.
Rugby World Cup?
I have been.
And what
And I've
is
been-
your
I've been-
assessment?
you
You're more
know
of a
what?
footy fan, aren't you?
And I'm a footy fan, but the thing is, I can be converted. And one thing that I really
Like a rugby try.
yes, and one thing that I really like about the rugby. Can you stop laughing? What's wrong with you?
I actually can't stop laughing. No.
Why? Well, why can you
I
not?
don't know. I took There's just been so many things today.
There's a lot of things that
There
have
are
been
things
happening.
that I'm having flashbacks
Yes,
of
exactly.
conversations.
And then we've got the
amazing Austin brothers.
We've got the amazing Austin brothers
And
with us.
the guy, you know, from the Happy Mondays.
Happy.
The guy,
No,
the
but
guy from the
he-
Happy Mondays is
No,
here
but
as
he's
well.
He's the Happy Friday guy because you can see him. You can see him.
Oh, I see. So he's in the Happy Mondays tribute band called the Happy Fridays.
Happy Friday. He's a Happy Friday. I think.
Sorted. So can we bring
Terrence Austin,
Bez?
Can we bring?
do you want to
Come in. Come and
Come sit
in.
on Frank's lap.
Come in.
So,
Join me.
Okay, I've got a guest
Join the
for you.
broadcast.
This is unexpected. And from the Happy Mondays tribute band, the Happy Fridays, we've got.
This
you're-
is going to be fairly brief.
Do you want to put the hat back on? Because that's what really makes the Happy Mondays thing work.
Okay. It would help.
I thought you were in show business. Right, okay.
So did I.
You're right. You're right. You're sorted.
But you
You're
seem to
sorted. There he is.
It
There he
really
is.
doesn't look that good, does it?
Right, if I could give you a bit of a close up of the guy from the Happy Fridays.
Please, yes.
So, how's the tour going? All right,
The tour-
mate.
yeah,
All right,
all
I'm sorted.
All right, acted. Yeah. Terrific, great.
How is the tour of Portugal going?
Oh, well, it started in the Algarve and finished in the Algarve.
Ah,
And
dear.
I never got anywhere further north.
Okay, right. In actual fact, in case you didn't notice, this is the great artist, Terrence Austin.
You wouldn't believe it, would you?
Yeah, what happened to you?
Mainly alcohol.
Right, formerly of the Silver Coast, and
Formerly.
now of the Central Portugal. Come a bit closer to the microphone, lovely.
I do. I
Yeah,
do.
Come on, you know better than
Yeah.
most.
Yes,
All right.
I do.
So
I should do.
tell us how it's going. I mean, you're presumably still selling your wonderful artworks.
This is true, but I do what people don't understand, and they shouldn't, is I do a lot of other things as well. I
Oh,
always
okay.
have done
Right.
a
Okay.
lot of writing, a lot of
And I've
video.
always said this about you, you're a Renaissance man.
Renaissance man, Leonardo, DiCaprio.
In Wolf of Wall Street.
I'm going to get on the table and
Yes,
come
right,
on,
okay. Yes.
sell. I am a Renaissance man. I
You
think
are,
because
no
you
question.
told me I am,
Yeah.
and you know that I will believe anything that you tell me.
Well, no, I keep reasserting the idea that you're a Renaissance.
Keep
And no,
reasserting.
Seriously, I believe you to be a Renaissance man. You're amazing in the mixed media, and as an artist, TerrenceAustinArtist.com is where people can find your work.
You're a lovely man. Thanks for the plug. Yes, that's true. So meander
That's
there.
not the first time that's been said to me. Thanks for the plug.
Exactly. I'm speechless. But no, yeah, like yourself, and I believe this inherently, that you are also a Renaissance man.
Thank you.
No, not a lot of people understand this, but it's one of your gifts.
I think I'm lacking in some of the departments. Now, my
Well-
understanding of my understanding of a
Let's
Renaissance.
not go there, buddy.
I'm going there. One of my understanding.
Haberdashery.
Third floor, right? One of my understandings of being a true Renaissance man, and I think we should be having this conversation in a time of when male identity is being questioned.
Yes.
I can see the look of terror on your face.
Obviously.
You're being drawn in.
Oh hell, male identity. Mm.
All right, is that my taxi? No.
I didn't sign up for this. It wasn't in my contract.
Get my manager on the phone now. All right. If I may draw you into this. The Renaissance man, he's a painter, he's an artist, he's good in a fist fight, he can sword fight, he can do origami. You are that guy. I'm not so much, is what I would say.
Well, I don't
Look
know.
at this.
I mean,
Your team have brought you a beer.
cheers, thank you. I've got to say, this Belgian.
That's
beer
a great
is marvellous.
Garvo.
I've had quite a few.
These are the Belgian beers.
Um,
So let's come back to them.
Honestly, I feel uncomfortable. You give me so much praise. And
Kudos.
It's lovely, but it's entirely undeserved.
Oh no, stop it.
No, I'm being honest. Really.
No.
Oh,
You are a gifted artist.
I've been
You're
given
being
some
given
money. as well.
You
I've
see?
been given
There
beer
he is.
and some money.
There he is saying, "Oh no, you're overplaying me."
All I need now
And then
is women.
suddenly, yeah, exactly. People are throwing money. People are bringing you beer, and you tell me you're not a legend.
Well, no, I'm not. But
Right.
you're a very kind presenter to feature that. But no, seriously, let's be honest. I'm a right git.
Well, aren't we all? I imagine that's the dark side of the Renaissance man,
The
isn't
dark side. You've got to draw from the dark
it?
side.
We all have a
You know,
shadow.
the emotional.
We all have
yeah,
a shadow,
The
Terence.
emotional depths. the
Exactly.
dark, yeah,
Where would
the
you
black
be?
Dog.
How would you bring such depth to your work without those moments of desperation?
It's a very good point. A very good point.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to relate this to people in a kind of wider audience, but if I just sort of like pare it down for a minute,
Yeah.
that in times of not desperation, but times of
Soul-searching moments.
soul searching. Thank you. Times of looking at the other side of life. It's often the well of creation, the well of artistry. There,
Too right.
too right, fella.
No.
too on with you all the way.
No, I'm trying to figure out a way of bonding in a sort of blokey way, and I think I nailed it there. But maybe it wasn't quite right.
Yeah, I mean, you may have sort of skirted that sort of black dog depression.
I can go
no,
there.
I don't really, because and I'll tell you why. It would be lovely. Well, it wouldn't be lovely. It'd be very. People would be open their vein basically about
Yes.
Well,
Well, if
my
I
feelings. But
right.
you can't go there. You've got to.
Interesting.
You've got to give yourself.
There's a time and a place. Is that what you're
There's
saying?
a time and a place, but
Yeah.
also you've got to inspire people, and you've got to elevate things, elevate life. Look for the good things in life, and look for the positive things in life, and look for the great things in life.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, there's only one way down.
You make a good point. You make a very
Thank
good point, and it's kind of it speaks of our Britishness, if I may say so.
Hopefully.
In a time where the barrel is being scraped, you might say, looking
It's
for.
got your name down here.
That's right.
Let me clear. Oh yes.
No.
What is Terence?
No, I don't mean. It wasn't a personal attack. It was like in this age of.
I don't mind a personal attack.
In the age of the old empires, beating their chests, and quite rightly, having a sense of culpability about the past. The baby's getting thrown out with the bathwater, and the great qualities of the old cultures are being flushed down the pan with everything else, aren't they?
Well,
And if I may say so about the British culture, it's always presented as this awful thing, is a stiff upper lip. We don't talk about those sort of things. But what I heard you mention there, or what I thought you were talking about, was like there's a time and a place for everything. Out front of house is the place to talk about greatness and positivity and good things.
yeah.
And the soul searching, it's not that it shouldn't go on, it's just that the vogue, if you like, for public and open soul searching is perhaps a bit, it's not very British, is it? It's like maybe we should do that somewhere else.
I don't mind.
Maybe it's more of a personal matter. There's nothing wrong with it. In fact, it's absolutely essential that we search our souls. And in the process of searching our souls in a more intimate and private environment, we express what was great from that process in the public arena.
Yeah, I mean, I think, okay, I don't know. I may have not understood this correctly, but basically, when you are in the public eye, when you are trying to put forward something, why not put forward something positive
And
rather
awesome.
than and awesome? Because
Yeah.
you know, it's a very American word, awesome.
Awesome.
I don't know whether I pronounced that correct. Awesome.
That sounded Welsh, didn't it? That sounded a bit more like.
They sound a bit more of a pirate.
It's
didn't it?
awesome, so it is.
I've got
Oh
another
yeah.
drink here.
Awesome.
But you know,
Awesome, my hearties.
yeah, awesome. What we gotta do, right, as pirates,
Or people from Devon now.
or people from Devon.
Suddenly,
I
people
take
from
that as
Devon.
a compliment, you know, because you come from Devon, don't you? But as what we've got to do, right, is not be so self-focused. We've got to look
Interesting.
outside ourselves, right? And even in situations like this where we're here, right, and we don't, you know, we meet people that we don't know. And
We
you
are
know,
doing that, aren't we?
we
Tonight.
are doing.
Crikey.
It's a great event. It's
Yeah.
a tremendous event. It's a wonderful atmosphere here. You guys should come down. A guy called Peter's organised it. It's brilliant, right? To say that he's actually done all this, brought. It's got to be what 100, 150 people together, something like that, and they're all having.
It's incredible what
they're
he's
all
done.
having a brilliant time.
Yeah.
You know, they're all meeting up, and the atmosphere. I've had some.
It's a bit
brilliant
old
laughs.
school as well, isn't it?
It's a bit old school, but it's a bit familiar.
Yeah.
But it's a bit new. And the thing is, the parallel between everything is your show, the art, is to make people, not make, but encourage people to feel better, to raise their game a little bit.
Well, he's done that here.
He's done that here.
And do you know what? The vibe I've got here, and I sometimes make mention to this, it reminds me of my childhood in the UK when I used to go to like an 18th birthday party, 21st
Yeah.
birthday party, a wedding reception.
Yeah.
It has the
And you
vibe,
got the
doesn't it?
shorts on and everything.
A sailor suit. I wish I still had that sailor
Yeah,
suit.
Perhaps you could do it on the next one.
Or a kilt.
Yeah, a
Is that what you're
kilt.
saying? A kilt?
No, I'm not saying the kilt. You're putting words in my mouth.
You said something about a skirt, I think, didn't you?
Did I?
It's basically what a kilt is.
Well, I'm
man's
sorry
skirt, a
if
man's
I,
skirt.
I'm sorry if I
But you know,
gave
you know the point I'm making. Where people, you know, it's not all people you like, but it's all people from your community,
it's the community,
the
it's
family.
it's getting together, and it's people. You know, they may sort of doubt turning up, but no, turn up, enjoy, have a laugh. Don't worry if the night goes a little bit slow in parts, because it'll get better.
Yeah.
Stick with it, and wow, look what's around
We're
us. I mean,
we're
people-
sat under plane trees, aren't we? These beautiful plane trees of Portugal.
Well, I'm going
We're
to go
sat
back.
with strangers, aren't we?
I've taken a few photographs because when I came in here, now I walked around, sort of.
Well, you're a bit
slowly.
handy with the old Carl Zeiss Jena, aren't you? Let's face it.
Yeah, I'm just going to go. Yeah. I took a few shots, and I thought to myself, it looks like an old master. And when I say an old master, it looks like a Renoir.
You said that earlier on.
It does. The light, the trees,
Yes.
the people. There was a American lady putting a fan to her face,
Yeah.
and all these little little close-ups, vignettes, yeah, sort
Yeah.
of. They really sing out, and to somebody that's visual, it's a wonderful
Which
occasion
you are,
here.
of course. It's a feast for you then, being here.
Honestly, I could say nothing to no one all night and still have a great time.
Isn't that amazing?
It's amazing, but no, an event like this, the old beer festival. I've had a few craft beers. I don't really
Yeah.
like craft beers. I've got to be honest.
Really?
They always taste a little bit what I call
Off.
nettles. I don't know what it is. They always taste of nettles to me, right? But there's this one. There's this one from Belgium.
What you got? Okay.
I'm-
So how about little bit of a review then? So you've got the
Okay.
Belgian.
It smells like beer.
The guy who thinks that craft beers tend to taste of nettles. He's
It's true, folks.
no, and I think people can relate to that. You're now taking a sip of the Belgian
The
beer.
Belgian
that's-
beer.
Okay,
There's
so
a lot on
go for
offer.
it.
There's one with coffee in.
And it's
or
the strawberry one that Frank took offence to.
I think he called it frambosa.
Yeah,
which is
he
raspberry.
really went off on one. He was saying
Frank-
was talking about manginas, all sorts.
Yeah.
The very mention of a
Honestly,
strawberry beer.
Frank is such a lot of fun.
He is unreconstructed excellence, isn't he? If that is not an
Probably-
oxymoron.
Frank is Frank, you know.
Yeah,
he's a
well,
force.
that's-
He's a
that's
force
true.
of nature.
He is.
If we're into
And he's-
cliches,
And if there were a weather map where there were like Storm Agnes, like Frank is the
I
Frank
think he's Storm Vernon.
anti-cyclone Frank has now blown into central Portugal for the weekend, right?
Yeah, but he's great. He's great. He's very touchy feely though.
Are you not appreciating that
No,
as a
Well,
British person?
No, as a British person, because
He's not got a good sense of
this is going
boundaries.
to amaze you. This is going to amaze you that
Okay.
I can hook in with Frank because as a British person, I kind of grew up in a school, inner city school, where I was pretty much the only white kid in the class.
Wow.
So I've learned Britishness,
Boundaries.
and I'm talking about being tactile now.
Oh,
that
un-Britishness. Okay.
un-Britishness
Yeah. All right.
is that you can touch people, you can hold them, you can hug them and give them a kiss, and
Yeah.
and not feel bad about it.
Oh, okay. Right.
Right? As
And not
British people,
expect
to be
court,
sued.
a court appearance fairly soon after.
exactly.
And what he reminds you of that?
Frank takes me back to those days.
Does he?
He really does. Yeah.
Of unboundaried familiarity. We could call
Well,
it, couldn't
no. I mean, for instance, I learned to sing, and it's very important because there were a lot of black people and Afro-Caribbean people in my school.
we? Wow. Okay.
If I didn't sing, this was bad.
If you
This
didn't,
was
you'd
trouble.
have been an outcast of the social norms.
Yeah, well, let's leave it at outcast. Yeah.
And did you sing then? Did you get? What were you in a choir or did you? What happened? Did you join a band? What happened? You start going to church? What happened?
Yeah, like for instance, they would sing like, "Hey girl, don't bother me.
Right,
Hey
yeah.
girl, don't bother me. Don't bother me now.
Well, you can still.
Stay away."
You haven't lost it. You have not lost it.
Right. Well, the thing is, right, you learned to kind of fit in.
I've got it. I mean, this is nothing to do with Portugal beer festivals or where we are, but I'm thoroughly enjoying the conversation, which has been brought on by the fact that we're in Portugal at a beer festival, and I'm getting this sense of how, in that beautiful time that you were speaking, I mean, it may not have been beautiful at the time, but
It
you
was
got
beautiful.
you
There's
got a
many,
gift.
many parts of it.
You
that's
got
beautiful.
a gift. You overcame your Britishness
You've got to
and became
You've got to take the
expressive.
leap.
Yes,
And that when you
and
come
you
here,
did, didn't you?
when you come to Portugal,
Okay, I'm liking the analogy. Okay, so this is a bit like you when you're at school. You're now in a new culture where you either say, "No, I'm sorry, I'm British, I don't do that," or you go with it,
well,
and you've gone with
you
it.
jump in.
Yeah. And have you, do you think you've done that here in Portugal?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. You've got to. I mean, what you've got to understand about the Portuguese is that they are quite, sort of family orientated,
Yeah.
and they're quite insular. But respect that,
Yes.
and don't think that they're just going to throw the door open and come round every hour of the day or whatever. It's not
Yeah.
going to happen,
Yeah.
right? But I kind of like that.
Yeah. I've got that. But when you're in, you're in.
you're in and you are here and you get on with them and you joke and you laugh and you try the language and it's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah. And this thing tonight is the epitome of that, I would say, isn't it? This is the we are here enjoying the reality of what you're talking about.
Because
The
there's a lot of people here from Europe. There's a lot of people here from throughout the world, but also
What
there's a lot of
nationalities
Portuguese.
have you met tonight?
Oh, well, I've met British and Irish and British. No, there's a lot. Portuguese, there's
Canadian,
Germans,
Texan.
Canadians. Is that a nationality?
Texan.
Well,
Actually,
obviously,
Texan people believe that
it
is a
is, it
nationality, I think, don't they? No
Yeah.
offense.
yeah. But no, the message is to kind of like come in and enjoy it, dip into it, and have some confidence. Try to build your attitude of mixing. And what have you got to lose?
Yeah, lower the drawbridge.
Lower the drawbridge, cross the drawbridge, drop the suit of armor, forget the arrows.
Lift your portcullis.
You lift your foot. And you've got to enjoy it. Situations like this, a golden, really. I mean,
you're right.
it's
He's done it.
fantastic.
He's pulled it off.
I mean, yeah, it's just a fantastic show. We've got the food, we've got the chat.
Well, we did
we've
have
got
the food.
Yeah, we did have it. But you know, this is what Portugal's about.
Yeah,
It's like kind of slowing down,
Mhm.
enjoying yourself, taking time, taking a little bit of confidence, taking the jump.
yeah.
You know, enjoying the vibe.
And based on your experience of Portugal, then, can I ask a little bit of advice from you?
Mm-hmm. Certainly.
I'm a little bit worried.
Oh,
Frank and I, as I think most people know,
Frank.
are sharing a twin room tonight.
yeah, be worried.
And you were there. No, that's not the bit I'm worried about.
He's very touchy-feely.
As you said, as you mentioned. And when he met our host, he said, "You look like a bit of a pervert."
Yeah.
I don't even know if he said a bit.
It's
I think
brave,
he
though,
just said,
wasn't it? I mean,
but you think that was a bold move?
I think it was a bold move.
How should I handle that? When,
I don't really. Frankie's just let Frank be what Frank is. You know, and if he said-
I'm talking about the host, not Frank.
You mean explain to the host? Make some kind of excuse or something for Frank.
Yeah,
Oh, you're on a sticky wicket there.
I can see I'm not going to get any help from you about this. Right, okay. I'm on my own. Is that what you did?
Well, how could you explain that? I mean, you just say he's.
I know my friend said you look like a pervert,
but he did the guy shrink from it? Did the guy not like it? He raised his game, came up with a few responses.
like, I can assure you, I'm not a pervert.
Yeah,
I think that's what he said, wasn't it?
Honestly, it was really snappy. I can assure you, I'm not a pervert.
Right.
Honestly, the pacing, the comedic timing was fabulous.
So you basically think I'm okay?
Yeah. No, with Frank, you just got to tell him, you know, you just got to lay the law
Enough.
down. Yeah,
Enough.
that's my bed. Get over
I
there.
see, right. I get a sense that
Because he's very touchy-feely and friendly.
You played this out in your own mind as though you were me tonight.
Well, yeah, you never know what
if you could ring me in the morning, I'd be great.
Well, what for some counselling?
I'm
I'm not liking the way this is sounding.
If we could check in tomorrow, that'd be. There's the guy. if we could check in tomorrow, that'd be great. But yeah, thank you so much for chatting. And
you're very welcome.
Terence Austin, artist. That's with one R. Terence Austin, artist.
I think so. What you got to remember is I'm dyslexic, so it could.
So you've thought about 27 different domains.
Yeah.
For every eventuality.
Thank God for spell checker.
I'm trying to think of a snappy anagram of artist for you. Trappist.
Flartist.
So if you search for Terence, if you search for Terence Austin,
James Galway. Thank you very much.
Trappists, artists. You'll find him.
You'll find him in the yellow pages somewhere.
He was making a fairly good living as an artist, but then he had to buy 100 domains so that people could find his work, which cut the profit margins a little bit. Right. Okay, mate. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. I don't know what I've done, but I've got 2 drinks. I've been given some money, and
whatever you're doing, keep
some
doing
real
it.
soul-searching questions.
Yeah, you know what? Whatever it is you're doing, keep doing it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to. I think I might play some vibes in the background.
Please, because I need a rest.
Yeah, me too. We'll turn the
Honestly,
music.
my blood pressure.
All right. I'll turn our mics down, and we'll play a bit of music, and we'll just have the camera run for a little while.
Why not?
And just keep a view on this beautiful evening here in central Portugal.
Oh, please,
Terence, great job. See you later, mate.
Okay.
Ciao.
Goodbye, everybody.
Who knew? Who knew it could be so much fun being at a beer festival in I was going to say South America. I don't know why. Yeah, you're done. Your work here is done, Terence. Go drink all your drinks and spend your money. And I'm gonna just put a bit of music on, and I'm gonna leave the vibes, the atmosphere of central Portugal in the background for you as well. So check it out. Okay, we're fading that music down because we're now. Actually, that could run in the background. It's quite nice that. There's another one called Night Driving, which we could have as a little bit of atmosphere as well. And I mean, the atmosphere is great here anyway. And I've been joined now by Ben Austin. Good evening to you, Ben.
Good evening. Am I in frame? Should
Come-
I move a bit to the right, or-
You are in frame actually.
Perfect.
And if you get nice and close to the mic, that'd be great too.
Okay.
In fact, I'll put it in your face.
Oh, lovely.
And if you shuffle a little bit closer to it, that'd be great. Because we've got
This way.
atmosphere behind you that might be drowning out your our conversation a little bit. But I do love it as well. I want to get the balance right because isn't this the most beautiful evening?
Oh, it is. It's like I was talking to a few people. It's like a Renoir painting, you know, very social. Very...
Well, that's right. Those of you who are with us in the last few minutes will have heard from Terence Austin, who is related to you, I believe.
Yes, he's my father.
Yeah, and he talked about the Renoir situation. And do you have a similar sort of appreciation of art as your dad? He's taught you well.
He has. I inherited it from him,
Right.
so to speak.
And yeah, it's been the most lovely sort of late summer evening here, isn't it? With dappled light through the plane trees behind us.
Couldn't have put it better myself. Definitely.
Yeah, and little vignettes of people going about their business, drinking, eating, socialising. All of life is here in this little situation. It's been a lovely afternoon.
Oh, it's absolutely lovely. Yeah.
And we're going to have, I think, in a couple of weeks' time, a couple more lovely afternoons in Tamar. And you're helping us with the Discovery Weekend over there.
Exactly. We have a bit of a schedule sorted and everything. So, you know.
Well, should we go through that? To put the background, or to give you the context here, we've just started doing Discovery Weekends, which are being in a different city or town, place in Portugal. And we were in Araújo. We were with Bobby O'Reilly last weekend. And in October, our chosen weekend is arriving on Friday the 13th. Did we think that through? Is it a good idea to go to an event on Friday the 13th?
Templars on Friday the 13th, you know, they have a bit of a history.
That's a bit of a portal, isn't it? To another reality, possibly.
It might be a bit of a sign of things to come.
Wow, okay. So Friday the 13th of October, then we're going through to the 14th and 15th. And Ben knows Tamar and is going to be our co-host helper over there. What did you think when you first heard about this idea for people to come and learn more about Tamar?
I think it's a great idea. It's definitely one of those cities that doesn't get enough attention. You know, when we hear of Portugal, we hear about Porto, Lisbon, sometimes Coimbra.
Algarve.
It's one of those underrated, the Algarve, you know, very good point. It's one of those underrated cities that doesn't get a lot of attention.
Yeah,
I think we're going to be a very interesting weekend, definitely.
Okay, and so thank you for helping us with it.
Oh, my pleasure.
And so let's go through it. We have a skeletal. I mean, for every Discovery Weekend we do, we have a Friday night event. We arrive on the Friday night, and I'm sharing this on the screen now. I've got a lovely video of timeless Templar Tamar. I think. Oh yeah, that's me with a kind of recollection of Tamar 6 years ago, in fact. And when we go there in the current time, in 2 weeks' time from now, pretty much, it will be, won't it? We'll be there. We will be there in 2 weeks from now, won't we?
Yeah, it's just 2 weeks. Yeah. What is it?
Oh
now?
my
It's,
goodness! More
30.
drinking, eating, socialising, and fun.
Well,
it's just intense, isn't
What
it?
a nightmare! But I guess someone's got to do it.
Yes, right. So there we will be, gathering on the evening of Friday, the 13th of October, a drink social. Well, what have you got in mind for us there? Where do you think we might end up?
Social. I've got a few places in mind. There's a couple hotel bars do a nice cocktail, you know, things like that.
Yeah.
We also have another place that does dinner as well. So if people want to eat when they arrive,
That sounds good.
I've forgotten the name of the place. I know where it is. I know how to get there. I'll send a Google Maps link to people that are coming. We'll create a WhatsApp group as well.
Okay.
But I've got a few places in mind.
You've been spotted already. Squire of the Shire says, Ben the Master Mixologist. Is that you?
That just might be me.
So we're going to see you on Monday, aren't we? You're mixing up ginger and aguardente. Is that right? Or is that Gary doing that?
That's Gary doing that.
Okay. Did you give him the idea?
No, I did not. But I think he's taken inspiration off our last episode of the Wine Club where
It's not a wine club anymore, is it?
It's not. It's the Portuguese Spirit Appreciation Club.
Okay,
Spirit
there we
of
go.
Wine.
That'll do. Yeah.
It's a bit of a long title, a bit of a mouthful, but it's marketable.
Has it got a good acronym? The Portuguese Spirit Appreciation Society, the PASAZ. All right, okay, we'll
I
go
like
with that.
it. Pizzazz.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
You have to
All
say
right.
it with jazz hands every time you say it.
I do say most things with jazz hands, in fact. up ahead of you there.
As do I.
Right, so you'll give us the name of the venue then for In Town in Tamar on Friday the 13th.
In town.
Yeah, well that's to follow. That's fine, and we'll furnish this website that you can see in front of you, and I've got the link. Brunch on Saturday morning. What are you thinking?
Brunch on Saturday morning. We have a very nice place. It's a library and a cafe at the same time. It's
Where's
very
that then?
it's a unique. You remember you've been in Tomar before, haven't you?
Love
You
Tamar.
remember.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you recall the street where there's
Oh, I know where the library is.
you know the library?
Yeah.
There's a library. There's a patisserie, a library cafe, and then there's a 5-star hotel called the Boutique.
On the McDonald's side of town.
No, the McDonald's side of town is it's a
Sorry
bit
for
further
that
away.
landmark. Yeah, okay.
It is a landmark though. No, what I would call the
Nearer
old
to the
town
river?
near the church.
Oh,
So
okay,
If
all
you
right.
have the
See-
park and you're making your way towards the church, there's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
street down there. There's a
Yes.
little library cafe. There's a
Oh,
brunch.
I'm with you. Okay, so in between the botanical gardens and the
Exactly.
okay, all right.
Close to the Templarios Hotel.
Oh, okay. Well, that's where I think some of us will be staying at the Templarios.
Have a little brunch there. Eggs
Right.
Benedict and so forth. Very
Oh, really?
nice.
All the favourites, the
Yes.
favourites.
Ah,
Okay.
yeah.
So that's our brunch idea. Tour idea for Saturday lunchtime. The tuk-tuk, the classic tuk-tuk.
I was thinking we could do a tour of the convent.
Yeah, great.
That would be, a nice starting point as well.
Yeah.
A bit of a tour of the convent, a bit of a history of Tomar.
Yeah.
We could do a tuk-tuk ride as well. That might be.
Because people tend to take the tuk-tuk from the square, don't they? Of Gwaldin Paish, I think, where the great Templar historical
That's the
figure
one.
overlooking us in the checkerboard kind of square there, and you take a tuk-tuk from there up to the convent, don't you?
Yes.
What can people expect at the convent?
The convent. I find it's a very unique place. You've got a lot of. If you're an appreciator of architecture, you'll love it because you have
Right.
Manueline architecture. You have Illuminist themes going on around there as well. You'll love it if you like your architecture. There's even if you don't like that as well, there's a very unique history as to how the Templars used to live, how they used to eat, what they did in their downtime.
What do you make of the Templars? It's all about the Templars, isn't it, in Tamar?
Oh, it is. you know.
What's your personal sort of relationship or what comes to mind when you think of the Templars?
I mean, they're
They
so
were awesome, weren't they?
they're definitely awesome. Yeah, I mean, there was such a order. They had so much influence around the world. It's very hard
Yeah.
to ignore. Especially and when you come from the heart of that, the convent in Tomar, like the beating heart of the Templars. It's a very
Is that
hard
is
thing
that
to
how you
overlook.
see it? It
That's
is-
how I see it personally.
Right.
Yeah, it was their home, wasn't it?
And they could have been in France. They could have been in Glastonbury.
Glastonbury. Yeah.
They could have been anywhere in the world, and they chose Tamar.
Yeah, which I find incredibly fascinating. And
Yeah.
just, it's very lucky that we have something that significant for global history so close to us.
And they were feared by the kings of the time, weren't they? They were feared by the organised religion of the time.
Oh, yeah, that's why Friday the 13th happened.
Tell me more about that.
I would like to. Unfortunately, I'm not very well educated on that.
Okay, but that was a significant date in the Tamar and Templar calendar.
Yes, if I'm not mistaken, that's when one of the kings of France, Louis they had so many Louis, I get lost in it.
Right, yeah.
Louis the
One of the many Louis.
Yeah, he decided pretty much I've had enough with these guys. Let's get them off the board. They're a threat to my power. They're
Okay.
holding a lot of currency, so that's my understanding of it.
So
but,
the French leadership took on the Templars.
yes,
Right,
and they decided no more of them. We don't like them.
right. And was that the end of the Templars, basically?
That was the end of their rule.
Hence the superstition of Friday the 13th.
Exactly.
How strange then that we will be there on a Friday the 13th.
It may be a sign of things to
It
come.
might be a sign. Okay, fantastic. All right, so a tour idea may be up to the convent. Our filming project, The Englishman, The Irishman, and two Brummies, both of which and that'll be taking place in the Cafe Paraiso. That's the idea,
it's
right?
a lovely venue. Very it almost reminds me of a Parisian venue.
It's
you know.
amazing, isn't it?
It is. It's classic. It's timeless almost.
Along one of the most famous streets, I think, of walk from the river along to the Prasa that we're talking about,
Yeah,
and up towards the Templar, the convent. And you'll walk along and you'll see the Cafe Paraiso on your left, won't you, there? Which is a place where you can not just have a coffee, and if you smokers, you can have a coffee and a cigarette outside on the street there, can't you?
It's an experience.
And there's a depth of experience about it. Like you say, it could be Parisian, couldn't it?
It's almost Parisian in the way it's built. All the mirrors on the inside, what they serve on their menu as well. It's
Tell us about what's on the menu.
They have unlike. Hello there, Frank.
Frank's here. Has he just bought a bottle of red? He's come here with a bottle of red.
This is why I like
Darkening
Frank. He's always just
our door.
topping this up.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to get serious.
Right. About time, some might say. Okay. So there we Cafe Paraiso. Nice. Did you just win that in a raffle? All right. That's our filming venue. And were they cool about it when you asked them?
Yeah, they seem to be cool about it. I'm going to go there soon, and once we have a solid date and a solid time for filming,
Okay.
I'll update the lady that owns the establishment.
Yeah.
She seemed to be very cool about it when I ran the idea by her, so it's all green light so far.
We hear this. We're getting this in Portugal. People are very, they're not asking loads of, what's it about? What will it cost? Blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay, that sounds fine. It's amazing. Those are the sort of green lights we've had so far.
Yeah.
Right, so that's the filming. What do you think then for the celebration and ease up on Saturday night?
Saturday night, we have on Saturday afternoon we have a three-staged lunch planned. So we'll have a aperitif beforehand, a main course, and a dessert, all in 3 different locations.
That's lunch, or is this the dinner now?
This will be lunch. Dinner will be at the Nabao, but in between the lunch and the dinner, you'll be left at a very popular area of Tomar. You'll be able to go see all the important sites. It's a very laissez-faire kind of plan.
Okay, but good food. We can rest assured, can't we? There's going to be some good grub in Tamar.
My personal recommendations, all 3 of them.
Excellent. What do you like to eat in Tamar, or are you giving them too much away at this stage?
Oh, I think I'd like to save it for the trip, personally. I think adds an element of mystery. So
can you say what is Tamar's characteristic cuisine?
Characteristic. Now, this may stir up a bit of controversy,
Right.
because a lot of people say that this comes from Miranda de Corvo, for instance. But I know that Tamar have a variation of chanfana that's very popular.
Which is the goat stew.
Goat stew, slow cooked in wine, and it's a bit of a controversial topic. Some people say Miranda de Corvo, other people say no, it comes from down here by Tamar.
But either way, might end up, those of you who might be partial to a bit of goat stew, you're going to get some of the best in the country.
Oh, you might. Yes.
Goat stew, Frank. Greatest of all time.
Goat stew, especially done in wine, is beautiful.
Yeah, that's right. He's on the money with that. Okay, Sunday morning, we could have a walk along the river.
Exactly.
Or in the botanical gardens. The botanical gardens in Tamar are lovely, aren't they?
They're beautiful.
Yeah.
Definitely. We could take a walk along that. We also have, we haven't got anything planned out specifically yet, but I'm working towards maybe getting us a tour of one of the local wineries there as well.
Oh, what, going out of town a bit?
A little bit. It's not too far away.
And the wine region of Tamar, then, what is that? We're out of Bergada, aren't we? And we're more into, what's the DOC of Tamar? Do we know?
DOC, I feel very embarrassed.
I
at this
put you on
moment
the
in
spot
time,
there,
'cause
haven't
I should know this.
I should know that as well. I don't know what the DOC is.
I have classes weekly on which one, where the
we
DOCs are.
will put that in the comments.
Yeah. Well, I will.
What would it be? I mean, it's not Dow, is it?
No, it's not. Dow is by Porto, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's just south of Douro, isn't it?
I imagine we'll have some Bargo influence, some Beira de Interiores as well.
Yes, right. That's why I was thinking Bairrada. Yeah, it's a possibility. But okay, we'll get back to that.
I feel very embarrassed. I should know this.
I'm sorry, I put you on the spot. This
No,
is
it's
live,
no
and I put you on the spot. So we've got maybe a winery tour, a walk along the river, brunch, maybe back at your same Eggs Benedict venue.
Ah, yes.
And hang out. I mean, it is a lovely place to hang out tomorrow, isn't it?
Definitely.
At the main Prasa. What's the name of the Prasa where we've got the checkerboard and Gualdine Patient? Is that a Prasa de República?
Plaza de República. No, I don't. That's a bit further inland, I think, from where we're going to be.
Okay.
That's by the landmark I use is the bus station.
Oh yes. Yeah, I know what you mean. Not
Yes.
far from the Matchbox.
That's the one.
Museum, because that's all been developed since I knew Tamar. That area where it feels like the railway station is stuck out on a limb, and they've developed a new bus station there, haven't they?
Yes.
And connected the kind of area between the bus and the train station with the rest of town.
They're all in walking distance. Yes.
Okay, so that's all sort of come together just recently, hasn't it, with recent developments?
It has.
And we're talking about that part of town where we might be hanging out on Sunday.
We could be hanging out there. We're going to be hanging out in what I call the old town, where you
Right.
have the church, you have the the restaurants I'm thinking about going to.
And Cafe Paraiso is part of that,
Cafe
right?
Paris, yes, that's in that area
Yeah.
as well. Next to the the Gelato Mania,
Yeah,
might be a hit with the kids.
very good. And if we go into the park, Then we're going to be looking at sitting by the river,
Yes.
having a coffee,
a little coffee, a little cake,
tostamista, something
just
like that.
perhaps. You know, if you
Okay,
like
all
it,
right.
if you're feeling a bit pushing the boat out a bit, you
I
can get
s-
a tostamista.
I suppose, yeah, with a sprig of parsley.
Ooh,
I
why
think,
not?
I think the point is that you can't go far wrong if you just wander about the streets of Tamar, which we'll be doing on that weekend, hanging out. I think by the Sunday, people will feel like I know this town. I feel part of things here because it's easy. It's easy to engage with Tamar in that way, isn't it? It's not a massive place.
Tamar,
Deeply historical, fantastic.
it's a beautiful city,
Yeah.
and what I hope to achieve is to show people the kind of vibe of Tamar, where it's not a city much, like London or Paris, or where everything's moving all the time, very metropolitan. It's a very calm, laissez-faire, very.
I agree
You
with
can
that.
sit back, relax, and just enjoy it.
And even in the second week of October, it could still be very warm, couldn't it? In Tamar?
Yes.
We still might be hitting 30 degrees.
We're in a period of a bit of irregular weather recently, so
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure what to expect, but I do imagine it will be fairly warm.
All right. And the Templarios Hotel finally, I think that's where we'll stay with Team Munson. What do you say about that hotel? It's very central, isn't it?
I haven't stayed in the Templarios Hotel yet. I have, however, visited the bar they have there, and I must say,
It's good, isn't it?
It's a very good bar, very
Yeah.
wide variety of things.
Yeah.
I highly recommend their Cognac Alexander.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay. A nice personal recommendation there. Nubianette liking the idea of a goat stew, I think. Antonio F is here again, and I see young Ben is there. Do you know Antonio F?
Antonio F. The name
Yeah.
rings a bell. I think I've did
Man Cave,
Man
maybe?
Cave meetup, I think, in Lisbon.
He says,
if
I
I'm
see
not
young
mistaken.
Ben is there. A calm one. That might be tonight. That might be in Tamar in 2 weeks' time. That's where we'll be 2 weeks from now in Tamar. And Nubian says, I'm home, just cleaning. It's a cloudy Saturday in California. I decided not to go to the Oktoberfest in my city. I'm doing a few weeks of eating clean. Yeah, I guess beer can get in the way of that, Nubian. Thank you for joining us again. Thank you, everybody who's joined us. Any more words from you about Tamar or Portugal in general, or this day we've had here, Ben?
The note of this day we've had here, fabulous day out. Hats, I tip my hat. If I had a hat, I'd tip it to the organizer of this event. It's been lovely.
Somebody's just brought you a hat.
Thank you very much. In that case, I tip
Tipping
it.
the hat
Exactly.
to Peter, PWD. Oh, look at you.
Howdy.
Yeah, we'll pay you extra for that.
Thank you.
All
As for Tamar, please show up. All I can guarantee is that you'll have a good time.
Yeah,
That's
and
for sure.
Antonio F does know you from by Martin Moniz in a dinner, the Man Cave.
I remember
meetup,
that.
right?
Yes, it was a Chinese restaurant.
Was it a memorable evening?
For sure.
A Man Cave too. Fantastic, Antonio. Thank you for joining us. We'll bring the music back up, and we'll just leave you with a bit more of this atmosphere tonight from Castanheira de Pera. Cheers, Ben. Great job. We'll see you in 2 weeks' time.
2 weeks time. Thank you very much for having me.
Pleasure. Cheers, mate. You're good. the name of the brewery? And you're on YouTube. So, wow, okay. So why don't we do like four in the hot seat? One is how it's been today. Who you are, the name of yeah. Anything you want to say? Who's first? Yeah, Peter's the first. Come on. Put the headphones. Yeah, Peter. Okay. Sorry about that. I didn't realise we were live. And we are talking now to the organizer of the event. Let me just turn the music down and bring him in. You enjoying that, Pete? Come a bit closer to the microphone, if you will, and lean in and tell us about this amazing day that you've put on here. It's like far exceeded your expectations, I'm getting the feeling.
By far, yes.
Yeah, so tell us about it. What was the idea?
Okay, so this time last year, we were in the Schisto village of Candal in the Serra de Luzar, which is 30 minutes from here.
Yeah.
And we went to a little craft beer event there at the social club with the 4 brewers we have here tonight.
And we're going to speak to all of them in a minute, aren't we?
We are, yes,
yeah.
And for some reason, the social club there didn't want to repeat the event. And so last time I met these guys...
So they were all there at this particular event?
These 4 guys.
Yeah.
After a few beers, I suggested,
you chose your moment.
Yeah. Why didn't you come over to our village and we'll do the same thing here?
And then the Sunday after that, when you woke up in the morning,
I
thought I invited those 4 guys over to our village.
Yeah.
But here you did it.
And now they are here,
That's fantastic.
Along with probably 200 to 300 people, I think, throughout the day.
It's been the most amazing afternoon. I've driven over from San Martin. I've drunk so much beer, I don't even know where I've come from. I came from San Martin de Porto on the Silver Coast, over to Alvazra, where we met with the Austins, and then we've come here. They're all here, and we've had the most amazing time. So thank you very much for that.
Thanks for coming.
All the food, 250
plus.
You've sold more than 250 servings of food.
We've sold our lunch we were having tomorrow as well.
What are you going to do about that? Have you got to get down to Lidl tomorrow in the morning?
We'll go and find something.
Right, okay, fair enough. But congratulations. It's been the most incredible event.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk to each of these fellas now. Can you give us the heads up on who's here? Who are the breweries?
Okay, so we have, first off, I should say Candal, because...
And we've got someone else who's joining us as well. Who's this?
This is Darren, the chef.
Oh, good job.
Yes.
Good job tonight.
Very good, chef. Thank you very
much. Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, so, okay, if you could run through the brewers again.
So we have Candal, Epicura, Tabua, and...
I thought you were telling me their names. That's the names of the brewery, not
brewers.
the men. Right, okay. All right, okay.
And Azor.
Azor as in the region of
the mountains.
Yes, okay, where the heather is and all the lovely. Okay, all right, fantastic. So who's first? Who are you going to introduce first, Peter?
We should have Sebastian.
Okay, Sebastian, come and kneel.
And I'll pass over to him.
Perfect, Pete. Thank you very much. We'll be back. Where can we book for next year, Pete? Keep an eye on Facebook.
You don't have to book. Just
turn up. Okay, we want Pete to do it again. So, Sebastian, is that right?
Yeah.
Good evening to you. Not Portuguese, I hear.
I'm half Portuguese and half French.
Half French, half Portuguese. And please tell us again the name of your brewery.
Cerveja Candal. It's Candal.
Candal, the Candal Brewery. Yep. Known all over Portugal, known in this region. What is the thing about Candal? Tell us about it.
The Candal is a small village in the Serra da Lousã.
Oh, okay.
So basically, what happened is I have a house there. I had a house there.
Yeah.
And I started brewing for myself, and we decided to go ahead and.
Well, so other people are saying, Sebastian, this beer is amazing. You've got to give it to more people.
Exactly.
And this is if people want to kind of get it right in their minds and the location, geography of Portugal, these are the schist villages of Portugal,
exactly,
right?
Exactly.
Okay.
In the center of Portugal.
Beautiful. And how long have you been doing it?
I've started in 2016.
And it's going well, is it?
Yeah, of course. It's still small. Because it's my, let's say, professional hobby.
Yeah, sure.
And so it's weekend working. And
So it's not your job.
No, it's not my job.
So it's a hobby that with benefits.
Exactly.
Fantastic. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, and where do you distribute your beers? In this area, further afield in Portugal?
Yeah, in this moment it's more based in the center. So we have some shop where we can
Coimbra maybe.
No, in Coimbra, more in Loza.
Okay.
In this moment because we are still starting.
So really quite a small scale at the moment. Okay.
Exactly.
And would you like to be bigger scale?
No, the idea is not to be bigger. I want to stay small and try to maintain some quality and some
Fair enough.
some things small. And we had some we win some prizes on some nice beer mixed with grapes.
Really?
With my colleague from Penacova.
Is that your USP, if you like? Then, so it's beer mixed with grapes as well.
Exactly.
Okay,
It's
so that's
Portuguese.
your because I was going to ask you what's Candal's angle, and it is the beer and the grapes, is it?
The angle is we have four different reference. We have IPA, blonde ale, dark mild, which is a typical English.
Yeah.
And we have wheat beer, which is Belgium.
I think
And
I've had
then-
all of these tonight. they are delicious.
And then we have experimental beers like the grape ale that we produce, and we are trying to make some other tests in the future.
So when that happens, you brew a batch, and people need to come and find you, come to Lausanne, try it, do they?
In this moment, it's more on the internet or
you
contacting.
can mail or people can buy it, can they?
Yeah. We can. They can go on the Facebook and chat with me, and we can arrange some
Really,
some,
tasting or
delivery.
whatever.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, well, good luck.
Thank you.
Candal is Candal.
Exactly.
Find you on the internet. Find you on
Yeah.
Facebook. Where are you
Yeah.
going to be next? Have you got more festivals?
Next week in Koja.
Oh,
which is-
Koja. Yeah. Further in towards.
Where is the Koja? Is in onde que é Koja? Koja é Koja, não é? It's near here. It's not so far from.
But we're talking about more east, aren't we? Towards Castelo Branco, maybe.
Arganil. It's more near Arganil.
Beautiful. Okay, fantastic. Voice, Arganil, these beautiful parts of central
exactly.
Portugal. Thank you so
Thank
much. Your beer is beautiful, delicious.
Thank you.
And it was so good to meet you. So, muito prazer, muito obrigado.
Obrigado.
Who's next?
Epicura.
Epicura up next. Okay, in the hot seat here. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Sebastian.
Bye-bye.
Muito obrigado, Joe.
Bye-bye.
Right, so we got our next brewer coming in. Epicura is the name of the brewery. Como se chama?
My name is Marco.
Marco is here from Epicura. Tell us about your unique angle on this. Thank you so much for being here. It's been fantastic to meet you. The beers have been amazing.
Yeah, thank you. It's been amazing for us also.
Really?
Yeah.
Tell us about
Epicura, we are
Epicura.
a brewer, a small brewer from Coimbra.
Right.
And we have about 5 years old.
Right.
And recently we opened a tap room in Coimbra. So everybody that is listening to me, they are invited to visit us there.
Where in Coimbra is this?
It's near Portugal dos Pequenitos.
I don't know that. Which side? The Alma side or the university? Where are we talking about?
Not in the bank in the side of Coimbra. It's in the other side of the river.
Okay. Oh, okay. I know what you mean. Yeah.
When you
Okay.
cross the bridge, just in your 100 meters ahead, in your right side, you have our tap room.
Very good. So, how would you describe your beers?
Good. No, of course, I'm not going to say that are the best beers in the world. Of course, we let our public to define our beers.
But what? What's your driving force? What is the soul of Epicura?
Yeah, so the soul, the Epicurus is because of Epicurus, the
right.
Greek
Yes,
philosopher. So,
yeah.
And our philosophy is that, as Epicurus said, he enjoyed the good things of life.
The good things in life. Yeah, the Epicureans. Yeah.
So
right.
beer is a good thing in life, right?
Yes, agreed.
So we to produce mainly of first of all the classic styles of beer.
Yeah. What do you mean by that? What does that mean?
Well, we nowadays craft beer they have developed a lot with I would say with new kinds of hops
Yeah.
or with sours or all that stuff. But we started with Belgian ale, a classic Belgian blonde ale
Right.
that we have in here on tap.
Yeah.
An American pale ale on porter. It's a very classic black beer. And a wheat beer that is made of wheat. So
Fantastic.
we started with those four styles, and now every year so we make a lot some other experimental beers also. But yeah, that's it.
And so, with the future, where do you want to go with this? Sebastian
Well-
was saying, it's like a hobby, and he has a job as well, and I think he does this at the weekend. Where is Epicura? Is that
Yeah,
is it
in our case we are two friends. We used to be music teachers.
Did you?
Yeah.
Right.
Last year I quit because we opened the tap room, so it
Right,
took
so
us
it's like-
more time for this. but
Really? So
yeah,
it's gone from the music and teaching to the beer.
yeah,
Okay.
that's it. Yeah.
And the tap room is what? It's like a bar, really, or
Yeah, it's a bar where we have 12 taps.
yeah.
It's something new in Coimbra, in Central Region, I would say.
Any music or not?
We, in fact, today we had an ensemble of saxophones
Did you?
and a brass band playing there. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, we
Okay,
like
so
music and other stuff. Like we want to put maybe some poetry, and
it sounds
we want to
amazing.
start some cultural things there.
It sounds wonderful, Marco.
Yeah.
How to stay in touch? Epicura is on
Epicura,
social media. Social media.
Instagram, Cerveja Epicura on Instagram and Facebook.
Oh, thank you so much. It's been really lovely to meet you.
Yeah.
And I did this whole event. It has been great for you as well. I
I
think.
was listening to Peter. And
Yeah.
I would like to say that last year we were at Candal.
Yeah.
It was just a friendly situation.
Yes.
We wanted to sell some beers, but just to have fun because we are very friendly each other with the Sor and Candal and
Yes.
Tabor. And for us, it's amazing to come here. We thought that we would sell 10 beers for 20 people.
Yes,
and
right.
there is a big party in here with very nice
There's been,
ambient.
what 200, 300 people here
amazing.
today.
This is
It's a
amazing, yeah.
lovely
Yeah.
evening. What do you think of the situation in Portugal at the moment with craft beers? There's a big appetite in there.
Yeah, it's increasing a lot.
Yeah.
10 years ago, we didn't have craft beer at all. I
Right.
mean, there was 1-2 main breweries,
Yeah.
but now you have craft beer everywhere.
It's true, isn't it?
Micro breweries, but with nice beers being
Yeah.
brewed. So
And the Portuguese people, the Portuguese culture is quite receptive to that.
yes, yeah. Many people never had in touch with the craft beer,
Right.
but. With all the breweries coming up and some beer festivals, we are trying to get all the Portuguese. And
I'm so pleased for you.
most of them, because traditionally we are a country with good wine,
Yeah.
but they are the same beer. But
Yeah.
it's nice to check that people discover that there are more beer besides those two beers.
Those two.
That's the main
Which is
goal.
your favorite? Sagres or Superboc? Or do you not? Are you
I
not
don't have
interested?
no, I drink, but they are,
You
for
said
me
they're the same, aren't they? Yeah. That's
Yeah,
right.
mostly
There's
that.
there's
Yeah.
no kind of depth to it, is there?
If it is Superboc, I will drink. If it is Sagres, it's the same for me.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
Marco. It's been really lovely to meet you.
Yeah, nice
Great to hear about your beer, how you approach it, and love to Coimbra as well.
Yeah, you are
We-
invited.
Well, thank you. We're going to
Yeah.
come to Coimbra in December. We're going to have a weekend. We're going to bring the folks from Good Morning Portugal to Coimbra because your Christmas is beautiful, I think, in Coimbra as well.
Yeah,
right?
it's very nice.
The lights,
And
it's all
also
very
the
beautiful.
lights, and also the.
We've got to get
the
this
New
man.
Year's.
Who is this guy?
This is Bruno from.
Bruno, please don't
Brewery
go away. Can we
Taboa.
talk to you next?
Yeah.
Taboa. Marco,
Bye-bye.
muito
See
obrigado.
you.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Okay, so Bruno next. Good evening. Boa noite. Muito obrigado. Cheers. Bruno, muito prazer. Oh, the headphones have
calma.
fallen off. Calma. Oh, tranquilo. This one needs, I think, to twist around.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Oh, let me show you. Let me show you. 'Cause we need,
Uh,
be great if you could hear us because we can. We've got this. There we go.
oh,
We've
thank
got
you.
we've got the atmosphere in the background here
Thank
still.
you.
We're getting late into the evening here with like nearly 11 o'clock. Have you had a good day?
Yes. I don't speak very well English, but I understand. No
Look, your
problem.
English is going to be so much better than my Portuguese. So muito obrigado, boa noite. And
Boa
how
noite.
how has it been today?
Yes, it's amazing this place.
Really?
I have espetacular em português.
Espetacular, 5 estrelas.
5 estrelas.
And the name of the brewery is
Is
Taboa.
Taboa.
What does that mean? Because I've been to Taboa. Taboa is a place in
Taboa is a place from Coimbra.
near. Oh, okay. So Taboa is a neighborhood of Coimbra.
Yes, it's a district of Coimbra.
Oh, okay.
15 kilometers.
So it's not Taboa near Oliveira do Hospital.
Yes, yes.
There is.
Yes,
Okay, so there's a connection there
yes,
as well.
connection. Taboa Arganil.
Okay, again the same connection, the
Yeah,
same vibe.
Taboa Oliveira Hospital
Yes.
and Arganil.
Okay, it was the first place I went to in Portugal, Taboa. It was
Yeah.
yes, in
You know people in Taboa?
I do, I
Yes.
do. So you know the people.
Yes, I work in Taboa. I like make beer, but I have a job. I'm working in the city hall.
Oh,
to
do you?
Taboa. Yes.
In Taboa,
Yes, I make beer.
is it the same with Sebastian then? So this is a
Yes,
hobby.
yes,
You're doing it at the
hobby,
weekend.
Yes.
So it's lovely to come here at the weekend.
Yes, yes.
How did this begin? How did you get started in 2018?
Yes, because I have my friends like beer, like
Yeah,
me,
yeah.
and in the dinner with beer, and friends talk with me and talk because in Tabon no make a beer.
Yeah.
Okay, good idea.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Vamos embora.
Vamos embora. Yeah, and make with my friend make 1 beer, 2 beers, 3 beers. Okay, whatever.
And that's it. The rest is history.
Yes.
That's incredible.
Yes.
So, what are
yes.
your favorites? How is the range of Taboa beers? What do you do? Looks like this one here is this IPA that you've got here?
No, goes. It's a goes. It's a pina colada goes.
Okay, so you make these fancy ones. Are you the
Yes.
Marango guy as well?
Yes, yes.
So pina colada beer.
Yes.
Why? How did you get that idea?
Idea is I like drink every beers, gins, everything, and I remember it's good beer with pina and cocoa.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
Yes.
And is this the beer that some of the women would like as well?
No.
Is it accessible for women?
Yes.
Women are thinking, okay, strawberry,
Yeah.
cocoa flavors.
Yes.
Is that part of the strategy for you
Yes.
to make beer more accessible?
Yes. Yes.
Ah, okay, and is that working?
Yes. Yes. Today is working.
lots of beer sold. Okay, and where is this going to go for you in the future? What do you think?
I think is craft beer is
Yeah,
Up,
definitely.
up,
yeah.
up. It's not my job, but I don't know in 1, 2, 3 years.
It might be your job.
Yes.
And would you like that to be? Would you
Yeah.
like it to be your job?
Yes.
Well,
It's perfect.
and maybe Sagres or Superboc or Heineken say, "Is that Bruno? We want to buy your beers."
Okay.
No,
okay,
would
okay.
you do that?
I don't believe, but
Maybe.
I can try. not Sagres, Anakin.
Okay, Heineken. Fair enough. Thank you. Muito prazer.
Obrigado.
Muito obrigado. Have a great night. Bom fim de semana.
You like beers?
I love beers.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's try.
But we've got one more guy.
Yes, but
We've spoken to
my-
Sebastian, Marco,
Yes.
Bruno.
and
Who's the other guy? Who's the other-
Diogo, go home.
No.
Go home. Calma.
Oh, okay.
Calma.
All right.
Go see the home.
Okay,
But
fair enough. What is
one-
Diogo's beer? Which one is his?
Azor.
Okay, now that's
Azor.
the local
5
thing, isn't it?
Yes. 5 minutes, Diogo, in this place. Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll talk to him later
okay.
on, yeah?
Let's go drink.
It's a good idea. Okay, fine.
Bye.
You're on, Jojo. Okay. Right, I've been invited to go drink beer. I think I'm going to have to leave leave you to it. So let me just put some music on, and let's go do that with these guys.